Yeah, I think one of the biggest obstacles is sometimes people aren't sure where to go. And one of the things that we've worked really hard to do in Jefferson County is make sure that all of the agencies that work in behavioral health understand that obstacle and can direct a person to the right place if they didn't necessarily contact the right place in the first place. It's really, the cliched term is no wrong door, but that's really what we strive to do here in Jefferson County. If you call one of the agencies, they'll help you find where you need to be. It's interesting because during COVID, mental health and addiction really became topics of general discussion, and that's something that we hadn't really seen in the past. So I think in our community, one of the stigmas that really hampers us is the belief or myth that services are not available. We really have a pretty robust system of care in Jefferson County. We have multiple mental health and addiction clinics. We have family support. We have peer support. We have an array of services that can really help. It's just making sure people understand that and don't believe the myths from long ago that there just aren't services here. So under mental hygiene law in New York State, the Community Services Office in every county is responsible for the long and short-term planning of behavioral health services. So we really look at the data and we listen to the community members and figure out what we need and really identify those gaps and overlaps in services and make sure that we have a right-sized system of care. The other part that we do is help our local providers and our state agencies work better together. So we're sort of the liaison and the convener of those two entities. One of the things that happens in a system of care like this is that regulations and oversight come from Albany. And being as far away as we are from the capital region and really having a different population, a different culture in the North Country, it's important to have a local government entity that understands what's happening here, so the boots on the ground, and can really help the folks in Albany understand the needs and the uniqueness of our community. I came to the North Country with Fort Drum as a military policeman and an investigator. And during my internship at SUNY Oswego, it was in public justice. I thought I would always be a cop. I ended up interning at a place called the Credo Farm, so just outside of town. And I was an intern there, and then I ended up staying for 15 years and became the clinical director. And I really found that the work spoke to me, and I was fortunate to be able to move into an administrative role and help in the planning and help agencies really be able to perform their duties in a better way. What I would want people to remember is that anybody that works in this field did not begin to work in this field because they wanted to get rich or be famous. That's not what we do. And it's important to remember that everyone who works in all of the agencies in our community are there because they want to help, and they will help. So any of the agencies are there, they're willing, they're able, and they'll do what you need. My office is always available for guidance. Although we don't provide services directly out of this office, I contract with the local providers. We're always available to help as well. I think being kind, that's really like the biggest part, right? I think we've maybe as a society gotten a little bit away from understanding how important that is. We never know what the next person is going through, and you know, life is sort of like Facebook. You only put your best part out in public, and all the rest of it is sort of behind the scenes. And we have to remember that we all live like that. We all have our unhappy parts and our challenges, and maybe not see all those.
It's the best job I ever had.
Oh,